website. The important part is that your site must load as fast as possible. So to make our site load faster, we need to use something that's known as a minified version of our style sheet and a minified version of our JavaScript code. So let me make this a little more clear for you by showing you how this actually looks like in the real life. So you can go for this download button. You can download this Bootstrap. So whenever you click that, it's going to give you a zip folder. So I've already done that. So it's going to give you a zip folder that's approximately 259 kilobyte. So this is the zip folder. So when you unzip it, or you unzip the folder, you're going to get something like this. You're going to have a subfolder called CSS. You're also going to have a subfolder called fonts. You're also going to have a subfolder called JS. Now, inside these folders, we have got something like Bootstrap, min.css, bootstrap.css. So let me open up both of them. I've already got the bootstrap.css. This is the normal Bootstrap file that we have got there. This is a file that we actually use, or we actually write when we are trying to organize our content on our website. Now, what I mean by that is that we are usually writing our style sheets. We are writing all our selectors, all our properties using appropriate indentation. So this is a this is a recommended programming approach, that you should use appropriate indentation inside your script. So what about the minified version? Let us have a look. The minified version, let me open that up. Let me show you what this looks like. So the minified version is a lot different than what you might expect. So you can actually see that this minified version has got only 6 lines, and line 1 to 5 is just comments, CSS comments, and from line 6 there is nothing else. And line 6 contains all these styles that we're going to use. But this file is essentially the same thing as this one. The difference is that everything is contained inside this one single line, and in here this is actually following, this file bootstrap.css is actually following all the recommended programming approach. But there is a disadvantage of you doing that. What is that disadvantage? Let us have a closer look at what can it be. The disadvantage is that if you look at the file size, bootstrap.css, which is essentially this file, it has got 147 kilobyte in size. But this file, this bootstrap.min.css, the minified CSS style sheet, has got 123 kilobytes. So there is a basic difference in between their file sizes. So if you use this minified version on your live site, or on a site that's running live on a server, then your site is going to load faster than if you use this bootstrap.css, which is the non-minified version. So our file size actually plays a greater load on page loading. Sorry for that. What I tried to mean is that our file sizes actually plays a greater role when it comes to page loading. So a bigger file will slow down your load time, or it will take it will take a lot more time for your site to load. But a smaller minified version of that same file will help you to load your pages faster. So that's why we should use the minified version. So the same goes for the JavaScript file. We have also got the JS bootstrap min.js, also the bootstrap.js. So the minified versions are actually used inside production sites, and the non-minified ones like this Bootstrap.js and Bootstrap.css are actually used whenever you're trying to develop your site. Now, production sites are actually sites that are running live on a server. You do not want to mess with those sites. You want those sites to run as smoothly as possible. So these minified versions are important for our site. Now let's have a look at that CDN again. Now the CDN has also got something like this. If you look at the end of this entire resource locator or entire address, then you're going to find something like bootstrap.min.css. So this bootstrap.min.css is essentially something similar. Like, let me show you this. So this is the same thing as this bootstrap.min.css, but the difference is that now this bootstrap, we have downloaded this bootstrap on our machine, and this can only be accessed by our site if our site is on the same machine. If I'm running my site on my Mac, but what happens if I take my site to a different person's machine? My site will actually completely break down. Why? Because this Bootstrap framework, these folders are only inside my own machine. They're not inside the other person's machine. To make this thing universal, to make this to make this framework universal, what they have done, they have hosted all those files, the essential files like the bootstrap min.css and bootstrap min.js on a remote server that can be accessed from anywhere in the world. You do not have to download all these files like this. Let me get back to this. Okay, you do not have to download this entire Bootstrap framework. You do not have to download this CSS, these fonts, these JS folders. All you have to do is that copy this element, copy this link element, and place that inside your index.php like this. I guess I haven't copied it. Copy, and then whenever you start writing your HTML like this and head, all you have to do is just paste that link element in here, and this will work as exactly as it would have done if we were actually calling our style sheet from our local machine.